everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to do another small tutorial in this book by Johanna Basford, Small Victories, and I have been doing this page of fruits. I had a request on yesterday's video to do the strawberries next, so I'm going to get straight into that. If you have a request on a certain fruit for me to film next, drop it in the comment section down below and I'll have a look at all those comments when I post the video up. So I'm going to get straight zoomed in on this. So the strawberries are just here in the centre. As usual, I'm using my Polychromos pencils and I've picked out all the colours I want to use. I think I'll bring it up a little bit just because I think if I go in too close, you're going to get a blurry hand. You will get a blurry hand at some stage. So I think I'm going to start off with this top bit first and then we'll come on to the strawberries last. So I've picked out a couple of colours for the leafy bits here. So I've picked out, they look quite similar, but they are a bit different. There's leaf green 112. I'll link all these in the description of the video as well. And permanent green 266. So I'm going to go in with the leaf green first. And I'm just going to do that light layer all over with the leaf green. So I hope you've been enjoying these little tutorials. I've certainly been really enjoying filming them, and it's been something I can upload every day because it doesn't take too long. So it's been really enjoyable doing this actually. I think once I've done all the fruits, which will take me quite a while, but once I've done all the fruits, I'll find something else in the book that I can do step by step as well. So we'll say maybe mushrooms or something else that I can do a sort of variety of different colours on. We'll have to see. So that's that. Next up, I'm going to go in with the permanent green and I'm going to pick out the lines this time on this one. So I'm going to sort of go in with a medium to hard pressure against all the lines, just very vaguely getting them all in, and then I will sort of blend out these lines. So we've got all the lines in initially, and then let me just zoom in a little bit. Then I'm going to use small circular motions to just blend out the edges. You're almost blurring them, blurring out the edges a little bit. Like that. And then all the white space that's left, you can either go in with your favourite blending pencil or you can use a white. I think I'm going to use a white and see how we get on. If I feel like it's put too much of a white coating on, then I will go back in with a bit more of the leaf green over the top, which I might do. But you just want to get rid of all that white space. Yeah, so I'll go back in with the leaf green and just put a little tiny bit, this is the leaf green, a little tiny bit back over the top. There we go. But that's what I'm going to do on all these leaves. So going back in again with your permanent green 266, we're going to follow that little line, medium to hard pressure. Sharp pencils for this one, guys. That's why I love the polys. They really do give you that sharp point that you need for doing tiny details. And then small circular motions to again blur out these lines so they're not so harsh. Not so harsh and in your face. Like that. I'm quite looking forward to actually doing this pear and pomegranate. I recently coloured some pomegranates in a colouring book and it was really fun actually. Now going in with the white 101 to burnish all the white space. And then back over the top a little bit with the leaf green. Where's my leaf green? Leaf green 112. Just to add a bit more of that over the top of the white so it's not so, what's the word? I don't want to say white. It's not so white, it's not so like that coating. I don't like that white coating, that white sleeve, so I like to go back over. So permanent green again, following the lines. We're doing the exact same thing on all of these leaves at the top. Small circular motions to buff that colour out. White 101, and then your leaf green, just slightly over the top. Back to permanent green. I'll spin you around a little bit just so we don't get hands in the way. Love these little illustrations, really do. Who's not bought this book yet? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You know me, I'm not a big fan of the, you know, the standard size Johanna books, but there's something about this one that really appeals to me. Busy mum of 5, finding I've got less and less time to colour, and this is just brilliant for me, and it fits in with my life at the minute. White 101. So I'll recommend this book to anyone that feels like they don't have time to colour. Leaf green. I want to darken up this bit, this leaf a little bit. Just looks a bit like I want to tweak it. Let's add a bit more leaf green over that one. Just gone outside of the line, that was fun. Trusty electric sharpener for times like this, if I can get the thing out. Let's see if we can get that line off. There we go. Only because it'll bug the life out of me if it stays there. Permanent green again. Let's get these last 2 leaves sorted. Let's get that quite a hard pressure on there just to make sure we get that really deep colour on those sections, and then light pressure while you blur those edges out. We may as well do this other little one at the same time. Do 2 at the same time this time. There's only a couple of little lines on this one. Let's get the white 101. Fill in those bits. Putting the white down first before the leaf green just ensures that, you know, it's not going to merge, all the colours aren't going to merge into one, because then if it does, you have no depth in it, if that makes any sense. Putting the white down first, you've got that coat in there, so it keeps whatever colour that you're putting down next a bit brighter than everything else. There we go, so that's that one. Next up, I'm going to do these little flowers. Now these flowers are white around the edges, and then they have a bit of yellow and little tiny bits of a bit of green. So what I'm going to do is do the centre first. So I've picked out a yellow, picked out Cadmium Yellow 107. So I'm going to go straight in the centre there. Don't need to do anything special, just a bullet colour like that. And then, given that the flower is white, we still need to colour it. We can't just leave it the white of the paper. So I've got 2 very pale greys here. I've got Cold Grey 230, I've got Cold Grey 231, and I've also got a white. So these are the colours I'm going to use. I can even add a little bit of cream in there if you feel like it needs a bit of something extra. So I'm going to start off with the lightest grey, Cold Grey 230, and I'm going to start off just on the tips of the flower. So just on the edges. You can pick random edges and just pull it towards the middle. Because things that appear white, they aren't always stark white. They always have some sort of colour in there, even if it's a sort of reflection from the leaves. You might have a bit of green in where the green's creating a colour onto that flower, or anything like that really. Right, next up I'm going to go in with the darker grey, so the 231, and again I'm going to go right on the edges. Oh, going in a bit too hard there. There we go. I might even find, no, I'll leave it at that. I'll get the white and the green that I want to use. So right in the centre, I'm going to pull out a little bit of this grass green. So just in little teeny tiny areas, you will find there's bits of green on these flowers. Don't worry if you think you've gone into your dark, because you're going back over this with the white, and that will dull this green down and sort of blend it all in nicely. There. Next, white 101, and we're gonna go in from the centre. Oh my gosh, Kirsty, been so heavy-handed here, and the only thing I can't see on my reference picture is what colour these little bits are, what's coming off it, the little circles that are there. I'm imagining that maybe the white, so I might just fill those in with the gel pen. I'm thinking, let me look close up at this reference. No, I think they're yellow actually. I think they might be yellow. Right. So, you know what? I might do that with a gel pen if I can find a gel pen that's a nice yellow, that's not glittery, because I don't want it to be glittery, but I don't think I have one that's just yellow, unless it's a neon yellow, which I really do not want a neon yellow, because I've sort of burnished over that now. So I'm thinking if I try and go in with pencil on those spots, it isn't going to happen. Let's have a go. Oh, it does a little bit maybe. If you're watching this for the first time and then thinking about colouring along, put these yellow spots in there before burnishing over it. Learn from my mistakes, guys. I thought there was white for some reason, but I think the yellow, looking at my reference. Just pop those in. So next up I'm going to do the little leaves on the strawberries. So for these ones, I'm going to do them slightly different colours to what we did the top ones. We're going to go in a little bit darker. First I'm going to use the grass green 166. So yeah, just going to do a light layer on there. And then we're going to go in with this green. This is Permanent Green Olive 167. Let me wipe the pencil dust away. And I'll put a bit on the stalky bits coming down. So I'm not making it all this colour, I am leaving some little areas lighter. But I do want a difference in the leaves between these ones and those ones. So that's why we've gone quite dark. There we go. And then I'm going to use a white just to very carefully blend those colours together. So this is white 101. There we go. And next up I'm gonna do the strawberries, the exciting bit. So the little seeds in the centre of the strawberries are a sort of yellowy colour, so they're teeny tiny. I'm gonna have to be really careful at trying to get these in. Sorry, I'm using cadmium yellow 107. Forgot to tell you that. Teeny tiny. But I think a lot of the time when people are colouring strawberries, they think that these seeds are black. But I'm going to try to, it's really small, but just on the edges of some of the seeds, I'm going to just line them with raw umber 180. So you'll barely be able to see this, but really sharp pencil, and I'm just lining one side of the seed with a bit of this, creating a bit of a shadow. It's really hard to do this actually. It's really tiny. Next up, I'm going to base all the strawberry with Scarlet Red 118. A very light layer. I know we're quite zoomed in and sometimes the focus on the pencil names isn't focused well enough to see, but all these pencil names will be in the description of the video, and obviously I'm calling the names of the pencils out as well. So hopefully that helps. Go. So now I'm going to pick out where I want my darkest areas. So I'm going to choose areas where I think I'm going to sharpen this a little bit actually first. There we go. This pencil is Deep Scarlet Red 219. And with this one I'm going to pick out areas where I think would be shadowed or in a bit more darkness. There's a chance this pencil might snap on me because I've sharpened it quite a lot, just due to the fact I need to get into all those really teeny tiny areas. So I'm going to go dark on the bottom, so I feel like there will be a shadow at the bottom of the strawberry. And under the leaves, on the bottom edge. And then I feel like all this bit would be a bit lighter where I've left that centre bit there. So I'm going to do the same on this side. So under the leaves a bit darker. Just carefully pulling that colour down to blend it out a bit better. I'm going to go on the bottom of the strawberry with a bit of darkness. The edge. There we go. Now, where we've left the white bit, I'm going to go back in with the Scarlet Red, the lightest of the two reds, 116, and I'm just going to go around the edge. I'm not going to colour it all in, I'm just going to go around the edges of where we've left that little highlight, just to make that gap a bit smaller and a bit lighter. But then we're going to go in with our white. So white 101 in the centre of there. Like that. And then the fun bit, the white gel pen detailing. It's my favourite bit. I feel like I want to get some gel pen detailing into this white flower. Now, I don't know if I want to outline it. I like to outline certain things. Now, I think it would look good outlined here against the green, but I think when I come to the top and it's outlined against the white of the paper, it might look a bit strange and we might lose sort of the border of the illustration. So I'm a bit worried, should I do it, should I not? I'm going to leave the choice up to you. You can either do it or not, that's entirely up to you. I think I'm going to go for it, you know. I think I'm going to go for it. Let's go for it. So I'm going to outline the leaves of the flower. Well, the petals of the flower, should we say, not the leaves. If you would rather leave it, you can leave it. That's your choice entirely. If you'd prefer to do this with a white Posca pen, you can use a white Posca pen or any other sort of acrylic paint marker you might have. Whatever works best for you. I'm currently using a jelly roll. I'm going to do that centre as well. Now it's this bit where I think it might look a bit strange, but maybe if we put a bit of a background in there, or we could, don't know. I'm going to turn the page around a little bit. Why does it look so dark for me on this camera? Is it dark? I'll have to watch it back and look how dull it is. I've got my lamp on full blast. There we go, and then the second little flower we're going to go around as well. Apologise for my big hand being in the way. And last little petal. And then around that little yellow bit. Now we're going to put highlights into the strawberries. So for this, I think I'm going to pick out areas that are around where I've left the white pencil and just really, you can really go to town with your white gel pen on here. Just create this sort of shape around those seeds with your white gel pen. It's almost going over what we've just been over, to be honest. Over and around there. Just create your own shapes, and then you can even add an extra line around certain seeds if you want to. Like that. Maybe add a bit of something around the bottom. You can really make these as shiny or as dull as you want. There we go. Stop, Kirsty, stop. I get carried away with my highlights. I love it. I absolutely love it. But when that dries as well, it will dull down slightly, so it won't be as in your face. But that's pretty much it. Now, how I did on the leaves here, where I did a bit of dotting detailing in, if you feel like you want to put a bit of dotting detailing in, you can. On the leaves, I like to do that sometimes. I think though I've gone over the line there, so I'm just going to erase that bit of something in my way that's annoying me. Let me get my duster brush, works better, and I don't whack all the colours I've just used. Yes, that's a strawberry. So let me zoom out and pull the camera up a little bit, and then we can see a bit better. There we go. So that's now 3 little illustrations that we've done on this page. So drop me a comment down below what you'd like to see me do next. I would really like to do the pomegranate and pear. What do you think? Or do you something else catch your eye. The orange looks quite nice as well. I think I've never coloured a gooseberry. What colour are gooseberries? I've never tried a gooseberry. But there we go. That's our little strawberries, lemons and pineapple and watermelon. Hope you enjoyed watching. Please do hit the thumbs up on the way out. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.